It really is. Because even though they're shooting well right now, like, I don't believe in it. Like, I just don't. Duncan's great, but we know what Tobias Harris, how he gets at times, right? You know how he gets in the postseason. Are we really relying on that? And Cade's shots be so up and down sometimes where it's like, I'm not sure. And then Asor Thompson of shrinking the floor, he's not a shooter like that. He's a great wing defender, though. Great wing defender. We're not relying on Isaiah Stewart. Paul Reed. Paul Reed's been great. Paul Reed, like, we letting him shoot. You feel me? I'm not convinced. Like, I really think they may be pretenders. I'm not gonna lie. The Pistons, actually, we could get into the Pistons, right? Because as good as they're playing, there are some issues with this team that scares me a lot, right? And one of the main issues, and I love Cade Cunningham, but dog, Cade is, how do I say this? So he's been on a recent stretch here, right? Against Miami, against Orlando, and against Boston, where, the shot's falling down right, mid-range is falling down right. He's getting to the line, which is awesome. It needs to get to the line more a lot of times. Cade a lot of times plays like very, how do I say the word? It's like lack of aggression, And it's annoying to watch sometimes because he plays very well and he lets the game come to him. But there's sometimes you just got to go through, right? And especially with going through contact, it's almost like Kyrie where he definitely avoids the contact rather than going through the contact. And that when he goes through the contact, he's not as polished in that. So it's definitely, you see like kind of weird lays being missed, right? He needs to clean that up. Because right now he's relying a lot on like his shot making and everything, which is great. I think his shot making is definitely good. But then relying on that all the time, that's where you're going to get your Washington games. You feel me? That's where you're getting your Washington games where you have 46 points on 45 shots. I'm not going to lie. I'm not really that big on like efficiency and everything. But 46 on 45 shots is crazy. Like, that's some of the most shot attempts we've seen ever. Wild. I think it's like top 5 in like shots taken in a game. So relying so much on that shot making, it's like a double-edged sword because it's really good. But if you're not like a KD shooting that, a Steph shooting that, right? You really got to start. And he's really got to start getting down there, getting dirty. You feel me? Like, that's where you really got to start making your bread and butter work. And it's weird because, Cade is 6'6". Cade is 6'6", plays in point guard position. He's 6'6", long. I believe he can definitely push through the traffic, right? So it's very weird. It's because ideally, especially with his archetype, you can be like, okay, yeah, he can definitely like get down in the paint and fish for better looks, right? But he doesn't. He shies away from it, and that hurts their team a lot. And I think, especially in the postseason, he really needs to start getting these reps in now, because in the postseason, bro, when that defense gets physical, right, when they're bumping you, when they're letting that whistle loose, and they're bumping you off your spots, then that shot making isn't there because you can't just always rely on shot making. That's a double-edged sword. You live by the 3 and die by the 3. Really, only the people that can really do it like that was Steph. You feel me? Steph and then the Boston Celtics. And the Pistons don't have the shooters like the Boston Celtics, right? And it's not living by the 3 or dying by the 3. Like just living by shot making. My bad. Because he takes mid-ranges too. So Cade, Prime Al. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Prime Al Horford is better than Draymond, without a doubt. So Cade, right? Cade needs to really get more physical down there, which I don't think he does enough of. And it's like he plays like Luka. He really does play like Luka. So I don't understand why He's 6'6", Luka's 6'7". Luka could play a similar way to Luka Doncic. He really can. It's like he's got that aesthetic, man, that Hooper aesthetic, bro. It's like I'm just avoiding the contact and everything, and that's really where it kind of like shoots him in the foot a lot of time. And it's going to shoot the Detroit Pistons. It really is. And the postseason, I guess we're going to do pretenders and contenders. Like the Pistons looking a bit like pretenders to me, man. I'm not going to lie. And I like the Pistons. I like what they got going on. But it's definitely like screaming pretenders for me. It really is. Because even though they're shooting well right now, like I don't believe in it. Like I just don't. Duncan's great. But we know what Tobias Harris, how he gets at times, right? You know how he gets in the postseason. Are we really relying on that? And Cade's shots be so up and down sometimes where it's like, I'm not sure. And then a sore Thompson of shrinking the floor. He's not a shooter like that. He's a great wing defender, though. Great wing defender. We're not relying on Isaiah Stewart. Paul Reed. Paul Reed's been great. Paul Reed, like, we letting him shoot. You feel me? I'm not convinced. Like, I really think they may be pretenders. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami Heat bumps them. I'm so serious. I would not be surprised at Miami Heat. You know what? And this is a good point. Thank you, Chase Stacks. You know what? This is a very good point. Not pretenders. They're just young, which I think is going to hold them back. I think that's definitely going to hold them back. They're just young, inexperienced. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a really, really good one. They're just young, and they got to clean that up. And even Cade, because this is like one of the few times Cade is like on a team that's like actually pretty good. The Pistons haven't really been that good for years. I mean, almost Cade's a whole entire time. All right, last year they were pretty solid. So this is a learning experience, and I think they're tooling things together. But listen, I think they're playing great basketball, and I'm very excited to see what they got going on. But, man, they just got to clean that up because I do want to see them succeed. I really do want to see them succeed.